So basically, today's meeting, we're gonna go over case studies, y'all. The case studies, we're gonna go around the panel, except for you, Jada, we're gonna go around the panel and we just gonna see exactly how you feel about each case study. What would you do? How would you impact that client? Okay. The first one we're going over is rebranding a traditional business. It reads like this: an established but outdated manufacturing company is looking to rebrand itself to appeal to a younger demographic and emphasize its commitment to sustainability. The challenge is to modernize the company's image without alienating its existing customer base. How can the PR team strategize and execute a successful rebranding campaign that resonates with both old and new customers? Y'all got that?
Yeah. What kind of business is it?
It's a manufacturing company. I'm gonna write that as well. Yeah, and they're looking to rebrand itself to appeal to a younger demographic.
Okay. And they really want to focus on sustainability.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm feeling like maybe a commercial, you know what I mean, coming up with a recycling program for their company, and then also showing the behind the scenes in a commercial format. So you're educating people of
Yep.
their recycling systems, you know, and how it's benefiting the environment. And then maybe have some footage of, uh, young people and older people participating in those recycling actions.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I see
young
exactly what you're
and
saying.
older employees. That's what I'm
Mhm.
thinking.
Okay. Do you want
See
to
that?
elaborate a little bit more on the recycling program? Like, how would you start a recycling program?
Okay, so it's a manufacturing company, so there's going to be like a lot of scrap pieces that could possibly be recycled.
Hmm.
So maybe come up with a system on where those recycled items will be going and
Hmm.
how they're transferred. You can like show that in the commercial. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
understood, understood. Okay, okay, I like that idea, and I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of that
Yeah.
because just thinking from a profit standpoint, as far as like after I would say after the recycling program is commissioned, after it's actually out there type of thing, they could possibly use that scrap metal, melt it back down, reuse it, and probably save 10 times more on money because they could just save on material. And it depends on what they're manufacturing as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're dealing with any type of plastic and stuff like that, yeah, they're definitely gonna want to start some type of recycling program. And that recycling program, like you mentioned, the young people could get college credits because people do non-profits and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Different types of partnerships when it comes to that. Beach walks and all that type of stuff. You could sponsor that as a company. Um, just to get that younger crowd, they got to do stuff that's kind of fun, but at the same
Yep.
time is for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tim, you got something on that?
My next piggyback was going to be for like the younger generation as well, but going through TikTok. TikTok is everything that they want to do now. And a lot of times if a camera is not involved, if they don't get to see it, then it technically like didn't happen. So I
Mhm.
would feel like that reward program or whatever they are doing to recycle the not used goods, that could be like recorded as another like behind the scenes thing, or like this is what we're doing, so that it's something that the young crowd can see and be like, oh, they are doing sustainable stuff, eco boosting stuff. They're showing us them doing it, like verbatim, something like that.
Yeah.
And then document everything, and we could definitely find different types of blogs and articles being written in magazines and stuff like that, just telling the stories of the individual people that was there that might have been impacted the most. That'll boost the company's reputation a lot right there.
Hmm.
Just testimonials of people just came through the recycling program, got their credits, went to college, put it on their resume, all that type of stuff. So documenting it will be just as important as doing it.
And then, because I feel like looking back over my notes, you already said they're established. So it's like it's an older company that's been established. So they already have those older customers that have probably been with them from the jump. There could be another rewards program of you've been with us for so many amount of years. Here's this off of your next purchase, or, like something to reward the people that's been down since the beginning.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Okay, so rebranding a traditional business about the manufacturing company. I think those were some good points. The recycling program and really reaching out from the old to the new kind of, because there is going to be another generation that's going to come up, and eventually the manufacturing company itself will be ran by a whole new age group. So attacking that new demographic is just the new age of their customers. So I think those would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to the second case study. Let's go over crisis management for a retail chain. Crisis management for a retail chain. A well-known retail chain is facing a PR crisis due to allegations of unfair labor practices. Social media is buzzing with negative comments and calls for boycotts. The company's reputation is at stake, and they need to address the issue promptly. How can the PR team navigate this crisis, control the narrative, and rebuild trust with customers and stakeholders?
This sounds kind of like
Unfair labor practices.
the Shein situation.
What was?
It's exactly.
Remind me on that. Remind me on that. You guys love Shein.
Okay, so Shein was they're fast fashion, and a lot of people were saying that their employees overseas weren't being treated right. They couldn't use the bathroom, or it was a lot of like terrible conditions in the factory. So they came up with a campaign which was kind of not, it wasn't a good campaign because a lot of people were calling BS on it. They picked a certain amount of influencers and they flew them all the way overseas to go to the facilities. Yeah, and ask the employees questions and things of that sort. They had a good idea.
I feel like it was just executed poorly.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Because it was more so all the influencers went there and was like, "Are you in working in bad conditions?" Instead
like
of
they're getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna go there, and with the money they're being paid to go there, say, "Oh no, everything's fine over here."
And then
Nobody gonna believe that at face value.
Exactly.
And everything's cleaned up by the time the influencers get there.
Yeah.
So you don't really get the authenticity.
Yeah, at all.
Instead of I feel as though they could have took a route where they had them touring the facilities, but it wasn't about the conditions. It was more so letting people see the behind the scenes, see the items,
like this is where we
letting them
start.
try
This is
on
where
clothes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of
Understood.
being interrogated. Oh,
Forcing it in their faces, basically.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of the Amazon situation with the drivers, kind of too,
Oh yeah.
because they were complaining a lot, like they were really finna boycott and stop driving around because they didn't have enough time to eat, like use the bathroom because they had so many packages to deliver. I'm not sure if UPS went through the same thing, but I feel like it was another delivery service that went through the same thing. But man, that creates terrible PR.
Yeah.
Like if your employees don't want to work for you and they boycott, yeah, that could be just as bad, if not worse, than the customers.
Yeah.
What you were gonna say?
Yeah, that's true. Sorry about that, but I do also believe that a good move would be to incorporate some type of training. A training that
That's
will
good.
be beneficial to the employees and the leadership, really, because if you don't know, you don't know. So I feel as though if that training will help them understand that the employees are important, and if they're not feeling their 100% best, and they're not being taken care of, they can't do their job to the best capabilities. So, also
Yeah.
incorporating something like that for leadership
And not saying that Amazon, because Amazon literally makes close to like $12 million every 5 minutes or something like that.
Right.
So it's like you can't really tell a company like that to, stop doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
However, employees that are the drivers and stuff like that, they do need some type of well, let me reverse a little bit. What I was going to say is they really need to slow down on the promises of the fast delivery. That's really the issue because it's like so many people are expecting their delivery in 1 or 2 days, and it's forcing the drivers to really be, for one,
Work
driving
too long.
unsafely. They driving crazy, and two, they don't have time to use the bathroom and eat. And then three, if they stop working, then people stop getting their packages. So it's like the less drivers you have, the longer the delivery time gonna be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really like, yeah, like I said, you can't really argue with a company that's profiting like Amazon profits. However, as far as like the employee and the HR department of it all, yeah, they're definitely gonna need some
For
more,
sure.
at least some more training or management in place.
Yep.
Yeah.
That training for their employees is going to be
And
very
then like because we do PR, it's like if you're not telling that side of the story
Mhm.
that you're actually trying,
That you're
because
trying.
it was quiet. It was quiet for a long time. Like nobody even heard from Jeff Bezos. Nobody heard from any of
That's
the
what
leading
that was
managers.
gonna bring my point to bring up. Just
Like,
some form of acknowledgement.
yeah,
It don't
saying
have
that.
it can be an apology. I know like I'm not an apologetic person. I don't just apologize just cause, but I acknowledge faults. So I feel like any type of acknowledgement, whether it be an apology or just a we know that this is circulating, people are talking about this, that, and the third. This is us acknowledging it. These are the changes we're gonna make.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some type of acknowledgement through and through.
And
Yeah.
I
They gotta
also
start with that at least.
Yeah.
and I also believe every location or every facility should have like a census session, possibly like once a month or once every 3 months, so they can get feedback from the
Hmm.
employees, so they can keep tweaking the training
Yeah.
sessions.
Always get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There
then
should always be surveys being taken, all that type of stuff, just so
you
you'll
have to
know.
be innovative. You have
Yeah.
to be able to figure out a way to make it easier or easier and better for not only the customers but the employees.
Exactly. Okay. That was a good one. I like that one, y'all.
Yeah.
Um, let's do something along the lines of nonprofit fundraising campaign. A nonprofit organization is launching a fundraising campaign to support a critical cause. They need to raise awareness and garner public support to reach their fundraising goals. With limited resources, how can the PR team create a compelling narrative, engage the community, and secure media coverage to ensure the success of the campaign?
I'm gonna need you to read that one more
Yeah.
time.
Again, so for my
Okay.
note.
A nonprofit organization is launching a fundraising campaign to support a critical cause. Let's just make up a cause. Give me a
Cancer.
cause. What was
Uh,
that?
Domestic violence.
I said cancer. Both are
Cancer.
horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm about
cancer.
to say,
Cancer.
you want to go with cancer to support cancer patients?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to raise awareness and garner public support to reach their fundraising goal. With limited resources, how can the PR team create a compelling narrative, engage the community, and secure media coverage to ensure the success of the campaign?
Okay, that last part.
Engage the community,
Mhm.
create a compelling narrative, and secure media coverage. I apologize for that.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm everything is that's ringing to me is possibly host an event.
Mhm.
That's what everything that's coming in my head.
Yep. I'm
I
feeling
went down
an event.
the regular path of car washes to marathons to
Mhm.
things that outside of it people do normally and are still excited about, but then you
Yeah,
make it about an important cause and now we're actually moving to get there because we get to have our normal fun but it's for something important.
Got you, got you,
And
got you.
I'm thinking like maybe possibly around Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Um,
Uh-huh.
we, uh, we can have like a walk, a lot of uh nonprofits do walks and stuff like that, like you said, a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have the compelling narrative part. You have cancer survivors,
Mhm.
Yep.
breast cancer survivors come out, and
Their family.
yep, and then invite the media to be able to ask certain participants about their experience and what does breast cancer awareness mean. Like
Mhm.
why is this such a important topic, and why should we bring
Why
awareness?
should I care, basically?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then the really in the promotion phase before the marathon even begins, as far as reaching out to the media and getting coverage, definitely write up press releases and all of that stuff
yeah.
way prior and start pitching that to as many news outlets or different types of
Radio.
radio or whatever the case may be.
The
So,
situation as far as the limited resources, we could do like clientele caterers, private chefs, or any like body that's trying to get their name out to go do something a little bit for the free ski, a little, just to get
mhm,
their name out and to also
yeah,
help the community. Because it'll be
exactly.
Yes.
like hometown cooking that they already know, but they're coming out doing something for free to help a good cause.
Yeah,
That's going to rally people behind them to let me
yeah,
go show my support too.
And
yeah,
then some of those people that you mentioned that could add value to the event, they may have had a personal experience with breast
Mhm.
cancer or cancer period. If someone in their family member, them themselves, and that also could be why they wouldn't even mind doing such a
Doing
thing.
it exactly.
mhm,
That's a good tip.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to pushing a nonprofit, everything can and limited resources, you can easily go the PR route in that.
Pro
So
bono
yeah, the pro
relationship.
bono,
Uh,
you can the relationship building go that route when it comes to at least getting, influencers or anybody into the actual marathon,
Yeah.
or just to be on the outskirts, like podcast hosts, like vloggers, that
yep.
type of thing. You don't even have to walk, just cover the event, just
Mhm.
be there, support.
And
So
then
yeah,
I also want to mention that we can have it to where we connect with like possibly some cancer researchers,
okay,
or a researching. Well, yeah, no researchers, like, so we could funds raised can go towards their research.
The
yeah,
research project. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay. Would just out of curiosity, the nonprofit themselves could possibly be doing research.
Yeah, like I'm
Like they,
saying,
yeah,
have a researcher be a part of their organization,
hmm
and then that the funds that are raised go towards their
yeah,
research.
yeah, and write
And,
all of that stuff up and make sure at
mhm.
least the public knows it.
And
So
then also mention the future educational events that are to follow. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So people can stay updated with the news from that industry.
yeah, exactly. I like that.
I love this.
Mm.
Okay, okay. Just to keep our brains rolling, case study number 4. Let's do celebrity endorsement backlash. Celebrity
Mm.
endorsement backlash.
Mm,
A high-profile celebrity who has been endorsing a brand for years gets involved in a scandal that goes viral. The public sentiment quickly turns negative, and there's pressure on the brand to distance itself from the celebrity. How should the PR team handle this situation, balancing the potential impact on the brand's image and the ongoing endorsement deal?
okay. Can we do it
Oh,
again?
Yes.
Sorry.
Celebrity endorsement backlash. Okay, a high-profile celebrity who has been endorsing a brand for years gets involved in a scandal and goes viral. The public sentiment quickly turns negative, and there's pressure on the brand to distance itself from the celebrity. How should the PR team handle this situation, balancing the potential impact on the brand's image and the ongoing endorsement deal?
all right. I have very strong feelings about
Yeah, I
this.
know y'all gonna go in on this.
And so I have very strong feelings, and those feelings start with simply, what does the brand want to stand for? What is the brand's vision? What is their mission statement? What is, when people think of my brand, this is the pedestal they hold me to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that celebrity or whatever did something that is completely against the grain of what they want to be seen as, then absolutely you have to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Quick and simple. Now, if it's something that's not that deep and it's social media being social media and wanting to cancel everybody just because they like watching people's lives crash and burn, but it doesn't affect our vision or our mission as far as we're concerned, you issue an apology, you kiss a couple of butts, and you keep it moving.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree with that exactly. I agree with that as well.
That's great.
Now, when it comes to actually putting the campaign together that's going to clear either the name or that's going to protect the brand itself, what do you guys have on that? So as far as like, what would you even say to the public? Depending, for one, let's just hypothetically come up with a crisis. What would this person be going through? Give me some ideas.
Okay, so
But like I
when I
said, it's
think
like two different ones we can have. Go for it.
when I think of this, I think about Kanye West and his
Semitic
anti-Semitic
statements.
statements.
Mhm.
I think about that. He knows that the person that owns Nike, I mean,
Mhm.
is it Nike? Not
Adidas.
Adidas. Sorry, excuse me. The person that owns Adidas, they are Jewish, right?
Mhm.
And for him to say what he said, it rubbed them the wrong. I mean, not rubbed them the wrong way, but it
It was
offended.
disrespectful to them.
It
Yeah.
offended them. So that that being said,
Yeah, they cut
it was
ties.
against their values, like you were saying. It was against their values, and they had to let them go because of the
Mhm.
backlash
Same with Kyrie
Mhm.
and the Nike situation.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
as far as celebrities and endorsement deals, that happens all the time because that's really when it's not about money.
Mhm.
It's not about the public eye. It's not about views. It's really just about value.
Yes.
And at that point, that's when things become based off relationships, based on
Mhm.
what you say to the media when they asking you these questions.
Mhm.
So he would really need somebody, he or she would really need somebody behind the scenes, letting them know what to answer, like what
What
questions,
not to answer?
what
Yeah.
not to answer, how to respond to certain comments, what to actually respond to.
And that's why it's very important for companies and the people who are being endorsed by these companies to understand the mission, the values, the vision, everything.
Everything, especially once you sign that contract. Like, you have to have that level of respect for somebody that's giving you a nice little bit of money to just assign your face and your name to this one simple project.
And I'm not trying to
Disrespectful.
discredit. I'm not trying to discredit or invalidate anybody's opinions or the way they feel about something because we are ever evolving human beings, and sometimes we evolve and our values change.
Yeah.
So when that happens, you have to understand that when it's a company, if their values are a certain way in that moment, just because your values in things change and it no longer aligns, then
Mhm.
that's a sign that it's time to end that
End it there.
yeah.
This goes
And like,
back to okay, I'm gonna let you go, Tim. What you got?
I'm sorry, but no, because I was just gonna backtrack and piggyback off of what she's saying, because with that relationship, those values, that understanding should have also came before they even were allowed to sign that contract.
Yeah.
This is my company, these are my values, this, that, and the third. How do you feel about that before we bring you on board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a way to avoid this whole situation. Like, clearly we're talking about how we fix it when it does happen, but
Yeah.
this is like my mind to stop it from even happening to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So as far as a celebrity endorsement backlash, it really comes down to kind of going back to the Amazon thing. First, acknowledgement. So whoever is the responsible party has to at least acknowledge what happened in some type of way. Now, obviously, when it comes to social media, you got to let everything calm down sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to just jump out there and apologize instantly because people wait on that. But you definitely
Everything's
want to prepare something though. It would be definitely like on a team like us to prepare a statement for him or her beforehand. Already have something prepared and ready to go because things like this does happen all the time. Like the Tory Lane situation and all of that stuff. Now that's gonna be one cleaning that up gonna be hard for Megan Thee Stallion's PR team and whoever else PR team that's gonna like Tory, his PR team, he going to jail. He's a man, he's a rapper. That's kind of
It's expected of them,
yeah,
sadly.
yeah, I hate to say that, but it's kind of expected and
Awesome.
already been seen before. So it's like it's easy to clean up because it's like a template basically. It's like a template PR campaign. But Megan, that's kind of different. You the one got shot in a cheating situation, and the
Yeah.
person goes to yeah. That's gonna be kind of it's gonna be exciting to see from my point of view. I want to see how they're gonna. One, we're gonna talk about the tech industry. We're gonna talk
These
about
are
a
so
tech
much fun.
startup
I
on.
really like these.
Oh, do y'all like the topics?
I really like
I
these.
love
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Tech startup unveiling. A fast-growing tech startup is preparing to launch a revolutionary product that has the potential to disrupt the market. They want to
Ooh.
create a buzz and generate media coverage leading up to the launch. However, they're facing competition from established players in the industry. How should the PR team approach the challenge to ensure maximum media attention and build anticipation among the target audience?
Give it to me one more time.
All right. A fast-growing tech startup is preparing to launch a revolutionary product that has the potential to disrupt the market. They building a new phone. It's better than Androids. It's better than iOS.
Mm.
They want to create a buzz and generate media coverage leading up to the launch. However, they're facing competition from established players in the industry.
Mm.
How should the PR team approach this challenge to ensure maximum media attention and build anticipation among the target audience?
Influencers.
I was just finna say that.
That's the main thing. I
Mm.
was thinking influencers, and when it comes to anticipation, I'm always really giddy about something when they keep a little something to themselves, if that makes sense. Like some bit of mystery. Like we're doing this, that, and the third, and we also got something else in the bag, but y'all have to wait till it comes out, or you wait till you get it. Like that part of it gets me like, well, yeah, I'm gonna get it because I want to know what the surprise is. So any form of mystery, I feel like is a big, big thing with getting like people's anticipation like build up.
And
Have y'all seen?
okay, I'm gonna let you
Sorry.
go.
Have y'all seen that new phone that a bunch of influencers are getting a hold of? And they have them making videos about it. I see it looks like a little booklet or something.
Yeah, I know
It's
exactly.
low key a tablet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like it flip up like that.
it's like I'm hearing
Yeah.
about it, I'm seeing it, but I haven't I haven't taken the time to like really check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there and it's in my mind, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back and check that
Go
out.
back to it, yeah.
And something else as far as like a PR strategy and a sustainability strategy, as far as a tech company, they have to really, really focus down on quality control.
Mm.
Because when you're facing up against established players, for one, they already have their target, they already have their client base, and the first thing they're gonna say is, well, it might be cool, but it still doesn't work like ours. We're up here for a reason. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's gonna always it's like it's gonna always be a ceiling over your head when it comes to how much coverage and how much attention you're actually gonna get. It's gonna get there, and then everybody will be like, still not better than iPhone.
So you know how there's people that will really take two phones and compare, like influencers that do that
It's
vlog.
moving over my head.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, I'm
I
thinking
have.
that. I'm following you
Yep,
perfectly. Mm-hmm.
yep. And then they check out each spec And
So
then
like a side-by-side comparison. Well, this is what the camera looks like on the iOS 16, but this is what the camera looks like on our new device, and have it zoomed in times 20 something and zoom all the way out, like something to where you can see it side by side.
Yep, and if it really adds value, if it's a valuable product, then
It'll
that
sell
alone
itself.
it'll speak for
Yeah,
itself.
and then on top of that, you got to erase the competition. You got to make it clear that your goal isn't to compete, it's just to create a better product for the market.
Yeah.
You saw an issue, you saw a problem, Apple had too much control, Android was too loose when it came to the mainframe. You created a solution, and now everybody has a perfect network.
Yeah.
So no competition. Just erase the competition. Just be like, it's something else. It's another
We
option.
solved the problem that both companies had,
And we made it better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then put the emphasis on don't just choose a phone for looks.
Yeah.
You put an emphasis on that and then make people feel guilty, like, oh, I just got the iPhone. Oh, I just got it because it looked good, you know. But then on the back end, it's like, well, you a photographer, you a videographer, you do all this moving around, you vlog. That phone is really the best phone for you to have. It got built-in Wi-Fi and it got everything you need, but you just wanted the iPhone.
You just want blue bubbles.
You just want blue bubbles.
A good campaign idea would be to have like a commercial, like basically people buying the same thing over and over, and nothing is changing about the product, but they're hyping it up to where it seems as though it's a big change, but in all actuality, it's just the same thing.
Sell lemonade and just change the colors of the cups.
Yeah, just change the colors of the cups. And then at the end of the video, you can say, something slick like that. You remember
like with the Pepsi commercials and stuff like that.
Not just Pepsi, but it was that for that dispensary, that first woman-owned dispensary in New York that just dropped.
Yeah, the
We
little
gotta
quote
show.
at the end of the
Please show Tempest
I'll
that.
show it to her. They're looking to bring a new product to market. They got to focus on quality control. Quality control is going to be the safest way to go if they establish, companies that are your actual competition. If they're like Apple or if they're like Samsung or something like that, there is no competition. These are like trillion-dollar companies. So it's really like you just got to work your way up. Yeah, just focus on the quality of the product and you'll be fine. Any more additions to that, guys? Because that was the last case study we had.
Nope, I think that was good.
Good.
I love those.
I really like these.
Yeah, those were good topics. Next week we gonna probably do the same thing. It's gonna be something new. Um, we're gonna try to actually get things more structured. Shoot, what?
There's also like I feel as though there's things that's really happening in today's world that we can touch base on. How we fix this? You know what I mean? Like there, like how we brought up topics from those
Yeah, that's what I feel like that's what will make the Slack and the articles we put in the Slack even more important because now we'll stay up to date on what's going on, whether if it's in the music industry, we gotta know. If it's in food, we gotta know. If it's in tech, we gotta know what's going on.
Because we really want to be a part of that tech industry.
We gotta break into tech. Nonprofits and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
So we gotta just stay up to date on what's going on and we gotta know who the biggest players in every market is. We got as far as like what we do and what our clients do. So